Hey, how's everybody doing? Sorry it's so late this evening. Been super hectic. Had some things we had to tend to. Had a funeral and then had just been busy. And anyhow, like I said, sorry it's so late, but it's been something that I've really been wanting to hit. I had a friend ask me a question earlier this week, and whenever we started to talk about, he told me earlier that day that he wanted to talk to me, and later that evening we was talking, and the question he asked me was something that I'd never really thought about, and it had to do with faith and our Bible and Christianity, and he's a believer. It was just a certain question, and the way he worded it, I never thought about it, it was something new. So I got to thinking about where I'd read this, and it was in 1 Peter, and it is 1 Peter chapter 3, verses, 15 and 16, I believe. Yeah. Yes. And anyhow, it's wrote by 1 Peter, it's wrote by Peter, and whenever he was writing this, he was writing it to Christians who were being persecuted left and right. They were going through, quote, fiery trials, at that particular time when he wrote to these people, there were so many things going on about being persecuted for who you were, and it was hard to share your faith, and it was hard to be a witness because of all the persecution going on. But all that to say that the verse is, like I said, 1 Peter 3:15, it says, "Instead you must worship Christ as Lord of your life, and if someone asks about your Christian hope, always be ready to explain it. But do this in a gentle and respectful way. Keep your conscience clear. Then, if people speak against you, they will be ashamed when they see what a good life you live because you belong to Christ." And it goes on, actually, 17 says, "Remember, it is better to suffer for doing good, if that is what God wants, than to suffer for doing wrong." So, pretty much all of it. But, if you could mix that, just reverse that 16 in front of 15, where it's saying, "Then if people speak against you, they will be ashamed when they see what a good life you live because you belong to Christ." If people see that good life in you, that good life you live, and that you belong to Christ, then it's going to be that much easier to share your faith, and it's going to be that much easier to answer the questions people ask you. So I'd like to encourage everybody this week to go ahead and study, go ahead and dig a little bit deeper. If you can think of one question you always wanted to know the answer to, let's find that answer. Let's not just hear somebody tell us that that's what they think it is. Let's Google. Let's Bible Gateway is a good app, good website to look for answers to things, and it'll give you guidance on to where to find these things in the Bible. So if you can find one good question, I'd like to encourage everybody this week, one good question, whether it be something you've always wondered or something someone's asked you, dig into the Bible, pray about it, pray for answers, and let's do this. Let's find all the answers to these questions, and we need to be ready, because when someone asks you and you don't know the answer, that's not a very good deal. I think that I wasn't as prepared as I like to think I would have been. I like to think, I read my Bible quite a bit. I pray quite a bit. I do churchy stuff. I should know these answers. And then whenever someone hits me, whenever my buddy asked me that question, I thought, wow, man, I need to step back a little bit and reassess the situation and kind of see where I'm actually at. Maybe I need to study a little more. We're not always what we think we are, and when we think we know more than we do, God's really there to show us otherwise. So again, that's 3:15 in 1 Peter. "Instead, you must worship Christ as the Lord of your life, and if someone asks about your Christian hope, always be ready to explain it." Let's always be ready. Let's be on the edge. I want. If we got the chance to witness to somebody, and we start the conversation, and they're ready to talk to us about it, we need to make sure we can answer the questions and not just we don't want them to think that we're just sheep following the herd. We want them to know why we feel like we feel. We want them to know why we love who we love and why we are who we are. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank y'all for applying these things. Hope y'all apply these things. Keep praying. Please pray for me always if you can, and pray for my family. Thank y'all, and I hope y'all have a good week, and I'll talk to y'all again.